right, guys, we are headed up to Middle St. Vrain and Coney Flats today. Probably one of the more exciting trails that's close by. It's fun. It's got a couple of obstacles, and we get some water to play in. Hopefully we'll get some fishing in as well. I got the old man with me today as well, which he is back and behind me. And let's get up there and get unloaded at Coney Flats, drive down to Middle St. Vrain, and enjoy the day. Alright guys, so we are unloaded, got him over there. Gonna get going so we can start meeting the rest of the group over at the trail entrance here, and then starts the trail. To wheeling with this many people is you see exactly how slow we move. This is what happens when we wheel in a group of 57 people. It feels like 57. we'll see if my hand motion is any kind of good, or everybody will get sick watching it. So, I mean,
It looks like Parkinson's.
yeah, exactly. Like, what the heck's wrong with this kid? See what the rock garden looks like. What's it looking like up here, Cave? Ed, you can't take this with you. I don't care what you want.
That's my baby tree.
Yeah, you can't have that, bro. rock garden fun. Oh no, you ain't going nowhere. You're dead center. Ooh, be careful. You might be on your drive shaft. Hang on. Been on kind of like the miserable part of the trail. So Coney Flats is nothing but just a bunch of rocks, and it's just bumpy, and there's a little bit of water crossings here and there, but it's just the bumpiness, and this trail is a little bit longer than the Middle St. Vrain side. So everybody usually kind of dreads this part because we're just moving so slow, especially when you're in a group this size. Our group today was roughly about 15 people. And then right before we started, there was another group ahead of us that was probably about the same size. So these groups kind of take a little bit of time to move through here. So people get a little frustrated, I can tell. There's another group coming up behind us. Just kind of got to roll with the punches on this one, you know, when there's this many people out on the trail. So just sit back, relax, and then try to enjoy your time in the woods. Okay, so I'm probably sure you guys have been wondering what those have been hanging out in the back of the truck for. And the other thing is this video might not come out for a little while because of these reasons, and we'll kind of walk through those. But this is on Coney Flats, but I'm kind of going to express an issue that I have with our federal Forest Service and our local governments when it comes to removing trash from our woods. So if you guys have followed me before, you guys have seen that I have pulled out other things that have been burnt down or left in the woods before. We've done a big recovery up on Caribou. We pulled trailers and stuff out of Red Feather. We actually pulled another Jeep out of this trail before. But the reason why I wanted to come up today is because of this. So that has actually been up here for about a year and a half now. And being involved in the volunteer groups that I am, I had brought that to their attention quite some time ago about that this was up here, which wasn't too much of a big deal at the time. They had plenty of time to try to get this thing ready, or at least give me the okay to get this thing pulled out. Well, a week before this trail, I had called the Forest Service and said, hey, I'm pulling this out today. Whether you guys like it or not, you guys can deal with it at the end of the trail. I had offered to do it for free. I had offered if they just wanted to strike me some paperwork that I would dispose of it and everything. But there was no regard to any of that. I got put off. They had 2 weeks to respond to me. They told me if I touch it, then I have to take it and all this kind of stuff, which I said, of course. I offered up my time. We have a tow yard where we can get it impounded and we can get the ball rolling on getting rid of this junk in the woods. But they drug their feet. So today I brought those wheels. We're going to hook it up and get it up in the air and get it out of here and get it to the end of the trail. And then they're going to have to deal with it from there.
Why just didn't have a track bar, did they?
You're almost off of it. There it goes. Now it's in my way. Thank you.
All right, guys, we are in a literal sense out of the woods with this Jeep. I think that's super sad on the Forest Service's part for not wanting to participate in getting this out and handling this the correct way. So now it gets to sit at this campsite, and I'm sure that people will sit here and pick it clean until it goes away. So hopefully they will get after it soon. I gave them a chance for me to take it with paperwork, and nobody's here for me to get paperwork, so it gets left here. But that is Coney Flats Trailhead. Okay. People, don't leave your trash in the woods. All right, guys, we are off of Coney Flats and Middle St. Vrain. It was a great time. We actually just beat the weather. You can't see it. It is just starting to rain. So it was great timing. Nobody broke. Nobody had any issues. There was a ton of people there, which I kind of figured because it's a super nice weekend. But all good things. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. And I will most certainly do more for you guys in the future. Until then, I am going to drink this and have myself a nice little drive down. See you guys later.